This afternoon, we're going to first be get a little introduction with Josh Atwell, and come on up, Josh. And Josh will, I think his presentation's loaded, so you're all set then. So let it go, Josh. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, well, thank you for having me. My name is Joshua Atwell. I'm 32 years old. I have Barth syndrome, and I'm just going to go real briefly over just the history that my family has had with it. This is my older half-brother, Christopher. He was born July 1981, and besides being small, Chris appeared mostly normal for about the first 10 months of his life. At 11 months old, he went into the hospital. He was having trouble breathing. And while hospitalized, the doctors basically told my mom that, he had a virus or something that was causing him to have an enlarged heart and having these health complications. He died when he was 15 months old, and no diagnosis was ever given to him. Jeremy was my younger brother, born October of '85, and he was hospitalized for the first time in spring of '86. He was initially treated for pneumonia, fed IV antibiotics for 10 days. After a lot of prodding and insisting from my mother, telling her the experience that she had with Christopher and the similarities that she shared, rather that us three boys shared, they, I guess, gave him another once-over and determined that he was actually in cardiac congestive heart failure. And it was that spring that Jeremy and I were initially diagnosed with endocardial fibroelastosis. And Jeremy survived 2 bouts of CHF and a heart attack before finally dying a week before his 9th birthday via a second heart attack. And I was born in June of '83. Showed similar traits as my brother. Sweat a lot, especially when we slept or ate. We craved a lot of dairy products, loved our bottles and our milk, but we ate very little compared to, other people of our other peers, I guess. By 2 years old, and by the time we had been diagnosed with endocardial fibroelastosis, I'd already established a pattern of getting very sick, ear infections, eye infections, running very high fevers, and this happened roughly twice a month or so. By junior high, I was getting sick a little bit less often. By the time I was out of high school, it was only a few times a year. Mostly normal for my early young adult life. And I moved to Cape Coral, Florida when I was 25. I had never experienced any kind of major heart problems, and lived mostly normally until the summer of 2010, when I experienced my first bout of atrial fibrillation. A lot of stuff happened, very detailed, but essentially I was in and out of the emergency room for the next couple of years. My health was getting progressively worse. So it was then that my wife and I decided that we were going to move back to Michigan to be with my family, because we didn't know where I was going at that time. So when we moved back to Michigan in 2012, I saw my pediatric cardiologist. And this is actually my wife's favorite part of the story to tell, because she was kind of the hero. She found on a prescription note that my doctor had given us that he gave us the diagnosis of Barth syndrome, which we had never heard of. Nobody in my family had ever heard of. And so Morgan looked it up, Googled it, and that's when we found Shelley and the Barth Foundation. And I think in a very large part to them, if not completely them, I'm still kicking. So the Barth Syndrome Foundation and Shelley have been amazing to us. This being our first conference, it's an incredible honor to be here. I absolutely hate public speaking, and there's no way there's less than 30 people here, which I was promised. So, and that's it. I look forward to a long and fulfilling life, now not only with my wife, but with all of you folks as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Josh.